here, alive and kicking. What up, cuz?
What up, Scoopity Scoop?
I am nice, ma. I am nice. I cannot complain. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. We're back again for another episode of POPradio.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love these episodes, especially because we get to dig in deep. We get to talk to some artists. We get to find out a little bit more about them and not necessarily talk about ourselves and our opinion.
Sure.
You know?
Straight up. And today we have Indigo Stella, who's going to be joining us later on in the show. But of course, in the beginning of the show, we like to give you guys some news, like to give you guys some fun about what's happening in the industry. And we usually also like to bite off more than we can chew and say that we're going to tell you about what's happening on the continent. But I ain't going to lie, dude. I'm not going to lie. I wanted that feature. I am knocker.
Does it stress you?
It's not stressing me, but it knocks me.
I think it knocks you because you're so focused on South A.
That's true.
And the whole point of me bringing in that feature was for us to expand ourselves and look at what else is happening outside of our borders. But of course, with regards to what's happening on the continent, I think we can all safely say the person killing it on the continent right now hails from Garankuwa, Pitori.
Focalistic.
But taking it to the top. Billboard charts, Davido features, #1 on Apple Music Nigeria. I mean, come on, what more do you need?
Now we definitely gotta give him an applause. It can't be hip hop, it's dog.
It must be a horn.
It might be the horn, bro. On the real, he's taking it a bit far right now. It's like
Scoop's just like, okay, come back now.
Come back, dog.
Come back, dog.
Is he signed? Is he?
No. Independent. Yeah.
He's doing a lot of dope work.
He's doing a really amazing stuff. So shout outs to Foka for taking us to the continent. But I am gonna, stress to Scoop just to focus a little bit more on what else is happening. Talking about the continent, the Grammy wins as well. Shout outs to Burna Boy, Global Artist, Global Music Award.
Deserved.
So definitely deserved for Twice as Tall. Wizkid also for Brown Skin Girl. So the continent is doing big things. Anati on the songwriting.
Say what? Say what? Big ups, Anati.
Yeah.
With your hibernating ass.
Please come back, dog. We
Oh,
need
ma.
you. Huh? No, the game needs you right
Yo.
now. Right now, the game needs you, Anati. Please, we need to see you. But something else that we also kind of focus on is also just find out what's good on the streets of Mzansi.
Yeah.
Some of the kids who are dropping really awesome music right now, some people that you might need to pay attention to, some people that we are obviously seeing, and we want you to, take a bit of a listen. Scoop, who's your song for the week?
Okay, song. Well, I won't say song for the week, but I'm really interested in the Ricky and PH Raw X collabo with a track called Caught Up. Ricky, I think, has got this thing. They call it the Drizzy effect, where if you're featured by Drake, your numbers will definitely go up. It's either views or streams or something.
Yeah.
And I think he has that effect for his artists. And shout outs
The
for
Ricky
him.
effect.
The Ricky effect for putting that onto PH. With the new kids, I mean, can we talk about the new kids without talking Usomnyamana called Blackie?
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Him and Chopper just dropped a new track, which I really, really dig. To hear those styles kind of merging on that Chopper sound is really dope.
Yeah.
So shout outs to them.
Shout outs to Blackie. He also just dropped a single with Lesedi the DJ.
Yeah, bona.
So Lesedi the DJ is a new school DJ. Also young. I think he's 19, 20.
He's young.
Killing it on the DJ scene. First single just dropped featuring Blackie. It's called Blessings. I love the work rate because they're working with each other. They're bringing themselves on. So yeah, man. Blackie, I'm seeing you, my brother. But somebody else is also putting in a lot of work that I'm enjoying. Also from a DJ space, Shampuru Makenzo.
Yes.
Dropped 2 songs back to back. So he did Danko Zalo, the original, with Costa, Phantom Steez, Nalsino, Clumsy out there. But then he said, the song's too hot.
Sure.
I've got a 2.0.
Come on
with it. And with the 2.0, he features more young kids. He's got Hannah on there, Saucy, Benzo. He's got Lizzie, Scullywood, Bazzy Lee. Hey, there's just a lot. Some of these kids, I don't even know who they are. But because I'm paying attention to what Shampuru's doing, I'm liking that he's introducing me to new artists as well.
Yes.
So that's what's dope for me is also getting to know new names, because then I'll see a name that's featured on a song and I'm like, who's this?
And then you go
search. And then I go and search and I figure out, I'm like, okay, let me listen to more music. It's dope. So don't sleep on the DJ features because they're also helping you get the put on.
Remember, that's what actually changed the game back in the day.
Yeah.
When the artists were struggling, it was the DJ features and the DJs mixing the artists that guys would always be like, I'd like to hear KO and AKA together. I'd like to hear this person and this person. And the DJs actually did that for us.
Yeah.
Shout outs to you guys, Cosmo.
Yeah. We're the ones doing the collab.
I mean, when you guys hit us, you guys hit us with the collabs.
Yeah.
It was full. It was full on.
Yeah.
Shane Eagle, youngster CPT, we always forget about Cape Town sometimes. D Koala, you are becoming a model. You're becoming a model and we have not heard a song from you. Ivy Park.
Unga worry, babes, when influencer, he's just jealous.
He's
just jealous.
Hit us up with the songs too, huh?
He's jealous because he didn't get the drop.
Just hit us up with the songs too. Like she's killing us.
No, she's
with the
killing.
looks.
No, she's out there and she's making sure that her social is also speaking to her brand. And that's important because we're in a digital age.
Yeah.
We're not performing, so she needs to make sure that her numbers and her insights are growing. And that's the important thing about where we are right now, because we understand that music is the game, but the money is on the internet right now.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But what we are going to break down now, just to make sure that we get into the vibes, into the mood of pop radio for today, we do have the beautiful Indigo Stella who's going to be joining us for a bit of a chat, just to find out exactly what she's been up to, who she's working with, who she is, for those of you who don't know who she is. And of course, just, getting a little bit of insight on her work.
Ain't it?
Yeah, let's get to it.
I can tell you, you're the hip hop, but you're hip hop, but dog. Understand? You're hip hop, but dog.
Yeah.
We got Indigo Stella in the building.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm great.
Nice. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I think the last time I had spoken to you was also during lockdown. We had to do an interview and pre-record it actually, because during the times when everyone was literally working from home, it was slightly awkward. So it's nice to see you in person. It's nice to see your face, as opposed to trying to do everything
Online
vibes where the internet might be playing with us or whatever the case may be. Yeah, man. So how has lockdown been treating you? Have you been moving? Have you been working? I know you've been working a lot with the music as well, because that was your goal within 2020.
No, I've been doing a lot actually. Mostly focusing on the music, of course, because I feel like I need to give more of that.
Yeah.
Obviously that comes first. I just came back from Cape Town. Had the best time ever.
Sure.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. I finished shoot some music videos. My team and I I don't know if you guys have been seeing, but we've been dropping a lot of content. Like on YouTube.
I've seen that.
Yeah, on YouTube. Like from when gigs were still happening in December, even though it was kind of locked down, but they opened it up. So we're doing gigs, dropped some stuff there. And we've just been dropping and making music and making more content. Yeah.
Why do you smell like everybody that's in the BE elite? What is your cologne? What is that cologne that you're using? Even your manager's laughing because I think they told you everyone who's in BE smells like this. So you must be making money. What is this?
Which tender do you have? Can we get
It
some?
starts with a B. Is it Bagaran or what?
That's not with the B, but
I knew it.
I have to keep it a secret.
It's not a secret anymore. You're like the fifth person that stepped into this place here that smells like this BE.
real?
I think it's like a rapper scent or something.
Yes, because the rappers are chilling with the BE guys, so the rappers are going, so if I want to be perceived as having money, I must smell like this.
Yeah, the last person was Nadia, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Indigo, I'm telling you, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. This is the money smell of hip hop.
Nah, I like this.
It means you're moving in the right direction, girl.
Sure.
Don't worry. Don't
Trust.
worry.
Tell me how Cape Town came about. Because I did
man.
see. So there's a lot of things happening in Cape Town. I was
Yeah.
speaking to Maglera, who was also in Cape Town. I'm not sure for what.
Same
and
thing.
Same thing, right? And Pretty
thing.
Ugly did get that
Same thing as well.
same thing as well, right? So what was going on there?
So Retro Records and Dizzy Monks, these two record labels from Cape Town, they got a bunch of Cape Townian artists and a bunch of Johannesburg artists, flew us to Cape Town, well obviously the Joburg artists, and put us in like a mansion, just made music like for like a weekend. I didn't end up sightseeing. It was just the work.
How long were you there for?
I was there for a week.
A week.
So from Friday to Saturday.
These record boot camps, I love. Okay, but I just want to still find out the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
So how many rooms in the house?
Yo, that house was big.
Other people had to sleep on the floor, of course.
Not really. People went home though. Like people went home. People
Some people
on
are from
couches,
Cape Town.
Yeah, but there were so many rooms though. To be honest. But yeah, they invited like producers from Cape Town. Cash came through as well. The Baker. The Never.
I'm just
Broke
saying,
team.
like I know who you guys are.
You know Cash. You have to know Cash.
I'm sure I do. You know?
It's cool.
I'm sure I
but
do.
he's crazy. He's amazing. Shout out to Cash.
Yeah. It's almost like
yeah.
a Dreamville situation.
Exactly.
That's
that whole
so-
Dreamville thing.
That's so dope. So that must have been a crazy experience for you, especially because like you're in this house, you're with all of your rap peers. But was it one of those things where you guys actually knew who was going to be in the house? Because sometimes, you know, being in one of these camps doesn't necessarily mean you're organically going to make music with the next person. How are you feeling with those vibes? Because sometimes, you know, maybe you'll really dig a beat, but then the next person's just like, nah, I'm not feeling this thing. You know what I mean? How does it work?
So for that, it was a thing of if you feel the vibe, just go for it.
Nice.
Like no one was forcing anyone to make music with anyone. No one was like, you know, it's just the producers would play a beat, and then there was a time where we were just freestyling and all just vibing out and catching a vibe. And then if the song is not like, if you're freestyling and it's dope vibes, then okay, let's record right now. And then whoever wants to hop on can hop on. Whoever doesn't can do something, because there are different rooms, so different producers there with other artists there, so you can just go in the different rooms, pick where you want to vibe out, and yeah.
Dope.
Nice.
How many songs did you end up making?
Me in Cape Town, all in all, I'd probably say like 7.
Damn, that's a lot of songs.
I was inspired.
7 songs in about 3 days or 2 days.
No. So the weekend I was there, I probably made like 4 songs, but the whole week 7 or 8.
Wow,
That's intense, man. But for you to also kind of get that inspiration in a space like that, I think also kind of helps, because you need the right energies to kind of get that through. But what was the vibe of some of the music that comes through? Because I know everybody's got a different sound.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that you need to think about with a collaboration, because obviously Pretty's got his sound, you've got your different sound as well. So how did you feel that kind of coming together? Because it's still hip hop, but like you've got different, you know,
One thing I
energies.
can tell you, you're the hip hop. Put your hip hop, dog.
we wait for any excuse to
Hip-hop,
start playing
dog.
that sound bite.
Wait, damn, what was the question? Sorry.
I'm saying, how was it with merging your different sounds and your different energies? Yeah.
It was dope because, like you said, everyone had different sounds, but it all just clicked. You know, there were R&B singers there. There were, I don't want to say I'm a piano, but like there were like vernac rappers there.
Sure.
Okay.
And, you know, the people like me, Pretty, you know, Pretty comes with like the hip hop,
Yeah.
you know. So it was just dope to hear all those different sounds being fused.
Yeah.
And the people that organized it kind of made sure that happened, because they knew that was going to be a crazy sound to come out. So yeah, I think I have something with Pretty. Gemma, Maglera did something for my album. I did something for his album. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but
I'm excited already.
But
I'm excited.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Now we started at the tail, you know, Kutwanga's Xhosa siqala emsileni nenhloko. So let's start off at the head part of it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people might not be well versed as to who you are. The name rings bells a lot because you do see it a lot on socials. I don't know who's running your algorithms, but they got it going on. So who are you, where you're from, and what made you decide to express yourself with this specific genre?
So firstly, my full name is Mwansa Leandro Stella Lupia.
Mwansa Leandro Stella Lupia.
Yeah, Luyando, like Lutando.
Yeah, because you guys in the Model CH, y'all kind of like sing the song. Y'all sing all the names like
she's
it's
saying
English.
it right now. Like I didn't even catch it. I was like,
Scoop.
Scoop remembered everything. I was like, I think I only caught on to Luyando. That was the only one. I was like, okay, I fetched that one. That's it.
Sure.
No. I have like 4 names, like Mwansa, Luyando, Stella, Lupia. So obviously Stella is English, it means star. Luyando is Tonga, it means love. That's a Zambian
That's beautiful.
language. Mwansa is Bemba, it means joy. It means joy. Yeah. So
Mwansa Musa. We got you.
yeah.
So it's Zambian origin. That's where you're from.
Yeah, so my family is Zambian. I was born and raised here. My family is Zambian, so you know, it's tricky. I don't know now. But I'm African. I just say I'm African.
Showcase.
Yeah,
That's all that counts.
Yeah,
That's all that counts.
exactly. And we moved around a lot when I was younger. So I've been to a lot of African places. I've lived in a lot of African places. So yeah, and music, been in the family. My dad's a musician. Go Google him. He was famous.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
What was your dad's name?
So he was in a quartet, like a gospel quartet in Zambia. It's called the Heritage Brothers, and they were like touring the world, like touring Sweden, doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, he was famous. So music's kind of been in the family. All my siblings sing. I have another brother, Ronan. Shout out to Ronan. He's coming with some Afro beats, some crazy stuff, producing as well. And yeah, I just grew up around it. So for me, it wasn't anything like different, you know. Even though my family was shocked when I started making music. They're like, when were you interested in this? But it's always kind of been there. So yeah, that's how I got into it. Eminem specifically was the first artist that made me want to do hip hop mainly. And after him, it was just other artists, Lil Wayne, Drake, Sway Lee, Dej Loaf, and
that's dope because obviously understanding and knowing that you started making music at age 14, for you to be that young and for your family to still support you, to be like, okay, let's help her, hone her craft. At 14, most kids don't know what they want to do, number one. And number two, no family or father is going to be like, yes, I'm going to pay for you to have studio time so you can go and record. So now it makes sense when you're mentioning your whole family's in it, because okay, this is basically how she was brought up, and that's why you could start so early for you to be where you are today. And I think sometimes that support is needed, because when you're pushing through and trying to fight that whole you must be a doctor story, so it's hard to kind of still find your essence within the music throughout that, so shout outs to that. But I hear you mentioning the likes of Eminem, Lil Wayne. But if someone were to listen to your music, there's a lot more like UK influences that come in from there. So what makes you reach out more to the European side as opposed to the US?
Man, I never thought of it like that.
Well, that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh yeah? Okay, that's interesting. But I do like Skepta. I do like Skepta, Stormzy as well. I don't really listen to a lot of UK rap, but I can understand why you guys hear the influence. I listen to a lot of Stormzy, Lil Sims as well. People say I sound like Lil Sims.
Yeah, I love Lil Sims. She's so dope.
She's crazy.
She's
dope.
crazy.
She's amazing. There are a lot of influences that side, but mainly for me personally, it's American influences, and of course, the South African. The bigger artists in South Africa.
Yeah, man. And of course, with you kind of growing yourself as a hip hop artist within the South African space, obviously there's always this conversation, like you're mentioning now, there was the R&B, and then there's also the vernac rappers. Growing up in South Africa, sometimes there is also that pressure for whoever comes from the R must rap in a vernac. Do you feel sometimes you get that pressure for yourself? And obviously, not necessarily expecting you to rap in like a Zulu or Xhosa, but maybe whatever your native tongue is from Zambia.
Nah, I've never experienced that because I've spoken English like my whole life. I went to like English speaking schools. I never really felt that pressure from Plus the Zambian people around me only starting now to like notice that, she's like popping low key.
Sure.
So they don't like ask me like, I rap in Bembo. Yeah, so nah. But I am starting to rap in vernac. You're gonna hear it in the album. And like, but it's like Zulu. I guess some Xhosa words. D was helping with some Xhosa. Some different languages. Spanish. There's some Yoruba.
What?
Yeah, some Yoruba, some Ibu. A lot of stuff.
When can we expect this project to come out? It's so hard to keep track of what you guys are busy with these days. Like, Maklera's got like 8 projects on at once. Like, But what are you gonna hit us up with? Is it an EP, a mixtape? I don't even know what the fuck the difference is.
I was about to say, maybe you can break it down to us, because us on the outside are just like, what's the difference?
Oh man, I feel like everyone has their own definition. Okay, so for me, it's like an EP for me would be a few songs, so maybe like 4 or 5.
Okay.
A mixtape is like a large body of work, but not album quality.
Album light.
Yeah, not album quality.
Okay.
And the album is where you put like thought into it, you structure it well.
And in these days and times, from where you're sitting, I know what albums used to mean. I know what mixtapes used to mean. Jake has fucking changed the meaning of an EP.
Yeah.
All
3 songs.
together. Altogether. So where do you feel like the impact lies right now with the music being put out? Is it used to be obviously album, but with these 3 things, where do you think the impact lies? Or not for everybody, for you specifically?
For me specifically.
Yes.
To be honest, anything goes. These days, you don't know what's gonna blow up.
True.
It could be your album, it could be your EP.
True.
It just depends on the timing. So for me, I really don't know. I dropped an mixtape. I don't even know what to call
Exactly.
See,
it was
we're not the only ones.
Which gang do you belong to?
I say maybe mixtape because it's like 10 tracks.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
let's say
yeah.
that's a mixtape.
Yeah, I dropped that. It didn't really like go the way I thought it would go. So maybe the singles or like a Drake, like a 3-track EP
sure.
will fly. I don't know. It just depends on the timing for me.
So you see, with that's another thing I think with the new vibes of where hip hop is kind of going right now, because I wouldn't necessarily place you, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I wouldn't necessarily say that you are one of those artists that strives to be on radio. Yes, you'll make a radio edit, but you're just out there trying to get your music to the streets. So for you to say that you don't think your mixtape went the way that you wanted it to go, how exactly were you kind of strategizing for it to go so that we feel you feel that it did what it needed to do?
Man, I really I just thought in terms of streams. In terms of streams, I'm looking at streams because people tell me like, "Yo, your ish is popping in the streets," but I'm not in. Like, I don't hear that. You know, I'm at home. I'm on the internet. I don't.
They
see
mean
what's happening.
these days when they mean streets, they mean on an Explorer page.
Oh, I would
Really?
Yeah, when they say
That's
streets
sexy.
these days,
I break that down for me, Scoop.
I mean, I don't have to break it down.
internet.
We haven't had parties in how long?
Okay.
So when they say you're popping in the streets, and even before that, like if you're popping in the streets these days, they really usually mean you're popping on the East streets.
Okay.
They don't
okay.
really mean like
on the internet.
you're like inside. Very much a cafe. Like you get in there, you might be fooled. Niggas be like, yo, dog, you popping in the streets. That's because you got a couple of likes and everybody's like saying, yo, yo, yo. Then you go to Mocha Cafe on a Monday, your track doesn't play at all.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, it's hectic. I thought people meant like in person. Like people got me in person.
Yeah.
Cause even on the internet, it was like, okay, I dropped it, but I guess my expectations were just high.
And even like with the new school guys, you guys change the appearances and the do-rags and the clothes so much. We don't even know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, the image keeps changing.
The image keeps changing. The visuals keep changing. You guys never come through as yourselves. And also with more Travis, we never see what your eyes look like. So it's just it's a whole bunch of stuff happening at once. But I do applaud you for breaking. What do you think made you break through the noise of so many freshman class people of recent times? Like there was an ear and an eye out for a lot of new talent.
Yeah.
And it seemingly you've broken through amongst the bunch. What do you think?
crazy.
You would not be sitting here if you am I right,
Girl,
Cosmo?
we
Oh,
would
shout out.
trust me.
So one thing I can tell you, you're the hip hop, but you hip hop, dog. Understand?
So what do you
The
think
hip-hop,
made you
dog.
break away?
Hip hop.
It's another thing. You see, I don't really see my life like that. Like I'm just seeing, okay, music. Let's make music. Let's put starter. I don't see, I've broken through something. I'm just still going. I'm still
I
going.
understand.
You know, I don't know where I'm ending up, but I'm just still going. But if you say that, then that's crazy. You know?
I think it's also. I think what he's also kind of alluding to is the fact that everybody is trying to be on.
Yeah.
Like if you would check my email, you check Scoop's email, you check any DJ's email, you'll see there's submissions on submissions on submission.
Right.
So the fact that people are paying attention to you and
Yeah.
even giving you those likes and giving you those streams,
That's it,
Yeah.
Cosmo.
there's something that you're doing differently that maybe somebody else's might not be doing. And obviously that comes in with the strategy, it comes in with the sound. What do you think kind of separates you from the next person for people to pay attention to you as opposed to somebody that sounds the same as like a Drake or whatever the case is?
To be honest, I don't really in SA, I don't think there's anybody like me.
Yes, you see, this is what I wanted to hear. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, like I'm pretty different. I think you can look at a lot of the up and coming artists right now, and I'll stand out because my sound, my look, just everything about me, my whole notion is pretty different.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also can never say like what subject matter Indigo Stella is gonna rap about.
That's
I like
thing,
that.
Yeah.
I really do. Like I never know how you're gonna come at us. What do you like writing about? I know that you're heavy on the wordplay and the imagery
yes.
and the accents and all of those stuff. You know, it sounds dope. But when you are writing a song, it sounds like you're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I have to have fun when I'm writing. And these days I don't even write. Like most of the songs you guys have heard, I wasn't writing. There's this new style how we record these days. We
Punching in.
Yeah, punching in, exactly.
What's happening? I feel like say what? Because like, okay, what's going on? You guys need to explain that to me. I feel like the old person in the room now. Like, what's going on? Like,
don't do that to yourself.
it's like I'm needing explanations. So break it down for me.
You know what it is. It's just a different term. So it's like, I freestyle like 2 lines at a time or 4 lines at a time.
Dope.
So I'm here like, and I record myself, so it's fast. So I'm here. I press play, I rap, freestyle it. Okay, I don't like that. I do it again. Next. Yeah,
so you're not like sitting and jotting down your words or whatever. Okay.
Unless it's something deep, then I have to write it.
And that's dope because you have somebody like for instance like a Stogie T brought back Freestyle Fridays, right?
Yeah.
And his biggest issue was that hip hop was losing its essence. Hip hop is no longer freestyling. People are just out there like getting bars from other people, or they're taking like 6 months to write a song or whatever the case may be. And you mentioning that you're punching in obviously kind of then brings back that essence that Dumi was trying to say, yo, we still need to be able to go off the dome because that's how music is supposed to be.
For sure.
So are you also kind of leveraging off of that whole feel of saying, I can still do this off of my head as opposed to being considered a songwriter?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to lose that ability. I used to freestyle like crazy. Like I would be able to just go on and on and on. But then I wrote more, and then I stopped. Like I lost the freestyling ability. So now I'm just trying to get back into it, and slowly and surely I'm gonna get there. But it's always dope to have that skill as a rapper because it also just stimulates your brain somehow. It makes you smarter as well.
And I think with what we're talking about with punching in and the writing. What's happened with the new wave of kids is the feeling has been a lot more emotive.
Yeah.
If you look at like, I mean, he's not my favorite guy, but Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
You know, the music that they make is it's so much more feeling orientated that they feel like when you're writing the feelings down, you're actually losing them, as opposed to being like an artist grabbing the paint, splatting the paint on the canvas as it's coming along. So when the first song that was recorded in that way kind of hit, which was with Playboy Cardi, I don't know what the hell that song was.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, okay, so we can actually use this thing.
Yeah.
You know, look, now the baby's doing it quite a lot as always. He says he's doing a lot of punching in because he used to write, but he feels like when he punches in, he can get the gist of the song. Then he can write on that foundation a bit later. It's just to get those ad libs, get those sounds, get that slang out that comes out.
And the organic feel of it as
Exactly.
well. I feel you.
But we will always tell if your ish ain't okay. If your ish is GMO, we're gonna name it.
Oh, hectic. Yeah, no, you always hear it. You can hear it.
Yeah. Why is it so important for you to also feel as though like you need to have real raps in your music? Because you know and I'm saying that from a perspective of especially for somebody your age, it's not a big thing for people to come through bars on bars. For some people it's literally just let me skate through with just saying some punches here, but it's a little bit of a rubbish line, but I'm gonna get away with it. You know what I mean? Why is it that important for you to make sure that your bars make sense to the listener and for the music to come through on that light as well?
One word, Eminem.
It's true.
Okay.
Eminem, he really just made that a big deal for me.
That's very true.
Yeah, and Lil Wayne as well. Yeah. when you hear their music, you have to go back to get certain things because you won't get everything. And that's how I want my music to be. I want to have bars so deep that people have to go back and keep listening until they're like, oh snap,
That's
what she meant, you know.
Yeah.
And I want like double entendre, triple entendre. I just want to make it interesting because that's what hip hop is to me.
Lovely. I like that.
That's amazing, especially I think I'm in awe of it, especially because I understand your background, but I'm also understanding your age, and it's just because of the times we're in now, you don't see it that often.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciating it that much more. You know what I mean? But you mentioned a lot of the guys that have influenced you within the music space. Obviously, being a woman within the hip hop space as well. Is there any females that you also kind of look at where you're like, yo, she's doing this really dope, and I'm trying to see if I can incorporate that in my music
Right now.
right now or even
Back in
before?
the day, whenever.
So I think the first female to ever inspire me was Dej Loaf.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Cause people, it's crazy how that came about. Cause I dropped some music in high school, some singing music, and people were like, "Yo, you sound like Dej Loaf." I'm like, people kept telling me like, "Who's Dej Loaf?" And then I went to listen to it. I'm like, "Whoa, okay,
Sure.
I hear it." But
So
her
you
music
can do a
was
little bit of
fire.
singing as well.
Oh man, I love singing.
She's dope.
I can't wait to drop my R&B stuff. It's gonna hit.
Yes.
Yeah, my next single. I can't say. Never mind. But
Speaking of R&B, Elaine, the Drake feature.
Betu.
inside,
Ha!
she's inside.
And she's fully inside.
She went from
Inside.
Pretoria and said straight to the top. Okay.
and she's been in LA since like March.
Yeah.
She's been there for a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
that-
shout outs. I can't wait to hear what she's
yeah.
gonna be
But
doing.
who else you were mentioning that was your
Oh,
first influence? Yeah.
Okay, so Dej and then Cody Shane. I don't think
I
you
have
guys
no
know
idea.
No.
Cody Shane. She's like, I don't want to say underground. Okay, she is kind of underground American singing as well. This new age like trippy red stuff,
Okay.
Lil Uzi stuff. Cash Page. Please tell me you know Cash Page.
Nope.
Yeah,
Sorry, dog.
she's crazy dope as well.
Sorry, dog.
Say what?
She's crazy as well with the vocals. Remy Ma.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott. Queen Latifah.
Do you like Rhapsody?
Yeah, Rhapsody.
Okay.
Rhapsody's dope.
Okay.
Who else? There's another person. Oh, what's her name? What's her name? Okay, I forgot. But yeah, there's another person. She's like does some scream rapping type vibes. It's dope. Super dope.
It's interesting that you're mentioning some of the old school ladies within the hip hop space, because you're mentioning the ones who, like I mentioned, stick to the real raps, the Remy Mars of the world, Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott,
Yeah.
and obviously in a space now where we're always, especially because hip hop is very like visual and like loud, and the women are always placed in a corner or placed in a box to look a certain way or to present themselves in a certain way. There are Nicki Minaj's of the world where obviously showing a lot more than showing too less. The Cardis who's like half naked all the time. It's interesting for me that you don't mention them, and I'm not necessarily saying that you have anything against them, but why is it that for you that's not what you're trying to look towards?
To be honest, it's the sound. Like Nicki is one of my favorite female artists, but I can't lie and say I was sonically inspired by her.
Okay.
The sound is very different to what Dej is doing, to what Missy was doing. So for me, it's more of a sonics thing than an image thing. That's not my image as well, but I don't have anything against all of that.
Sure.
I hear you.
Where does Indigo want to end up with it? You know, would you like to stay? I think when we were coming up, it wasn't something you thought about. You know, you wanted to be big at home.
Yeah.
With you guys nowadays, it's like the world is your oyster. Whereas South Africa, you can leave them and you can blow up in London, America, Australia, Japan. Your dreams, are they landlocked to the continent, or are you open enough to see where it goes?
Definitely the world. I feel like my talent is too crazy to just be in one place. I have to bring this to the world, and I have to show that someone like me, just a random kid from Africa, because obviously I'm from everywhere in Africa, can take it to that place, to the top. And yeah, so I don't see myself just staying here. I need to go crazy.
School-wise, I mean, we haven't even asked you this. Varsity education?
Yes.
Like, what's up with that?
I'm in varsity right now.
And what are you studying?
Business management.
Sure.
Was that your first choice, or was it like a parents who kind of suggested option?
So my first choice was actually graphic design, but that.
Want to do your own album covers?
Yeah, I was.
We're gonna make this money.
I was inside with the graphic designing already before I was studying it, so I was like, let me just study it one time. But I'm like, dude, I can do this. I can YouTube this. You know, I don't have to pay to.
I know that feeling. It's like when I was doing Zulu in grade 10, and I was like, why am I doing this? I speak Zulu with my mom at home.
Yeah,
and I dropped it real fast. I was like, let me try something else. You know,
Exactly.
I get that vibe. Yeah.
So when Corona hit, I left that school. Plus, it was hella expensive for no reason. But I left that school. And then I went to another school and I started studying business. It was my choice because I obviously Interstellar Entertainment's my company. I founded it, created it. Shout out to my team. They obviously helped me out with that. So I just need to manage that whole business. And in order to do that, obviously I have to have the knowledge to do it.
That's so dope. But there was a point where you were signed to a label and then obviously went independent. While your signing, I think, was a very short-lived situation. But did you?
It was tricky.
Yeah, I mean, most times when people leave a label, it's because it's tricky. You know.
Do you care to tell us which label it was or not?
We can go on.
I mean, it's up to her at the end of the day. But within working with the label and obviously going independent, what were some of the lessons that you learned being a signed artist for you to now say, okay, actually, let me do this business thing? Because now you're on the other side of the table. You have to treat yourself like the business. You need to make sure that you get yourself out there. You're pushing for yourself, as opposed to when you are reporting to somebody and saying, this is what I want, and sitting back.
Yeah, I think for me, and I need to watch what I say because I don't want to trash anyone. But
girl, don't worry. I mean,
nah,
you can say what you want. I'm joking.
Jesus is coming with the black plastic bags. Yeah. They're about to trash you guys.
But for me, it's like I realized that I didn't want to rely on other people to get my stuff done. And I think that's what really opened my eyes up to how much I started being complacent when I was in a label.
Say what?
So I think for me, because before that I was hungry, like in high school, because I signed like straight after high school. In high school I was hungry. I was, dropping all the time. And when I joined the label, it was like I wasn't dropping. Things were taking long to happen. It was just a whole lot of stuff. But after I left, it's like I felt that hunger again. I felt that feeling of, I need to go and get it. I need to get what's mine now, So I think right now, where my head is at, being an independent artist is my best bet, my safest bet.
Showcase.
Yeah, man. I think that's dope, especially because you are realizing these things soon in the game. Whereas some people only learn them like 10 years later. It's like,
a blessing.
I should have left long ago,
So you are blessed that you have people that have made mistakes before.
Yeah, no.
Say what? Shout out to all you stupid artists out
That's crazy.
Yo,
we need everybody. The ecosystem needs all of you. We need the smart ones. We need the dumb ones. We need the middle ones. We need all of you guys. Just play your role. Yeah,
play your role. Be the worker bee. It's fine.
Be the worker bees. Don't try and be smart when you're the dumb one. Don't try and be dumb when you're the smart one. Sanbonga.
Yo.
So when can we get some material? When are we going to get a proper project? You've released a mixtape already, right?
Yeah.
What you have now released, what you've been recording in Cape Town, when can we hear that?
So some of that was for the album. The other stuff was for the record labels. So they're gonna come up with like a project. We just gave them the songs, we went there for the experience. It was dope. So we gave them some songs. I did a single with D and Blackie.
Ooh!
That's coming. And we're trying to get one more person on it. You guys you'll know when he hops on, if he hops on. But yeah.
You know what I love about the young generation, and don't think it's new with you guys. It has happened, but I'm wondering, and I'm waiting to see if you guys are gonna break through that ceiling. When everybody that is now have money in hip hop, there was a time where they didn't have money. Guess what they used to do?
What?
They used to all work together.
So he's waiting to see. Okay, when these guys
when
pop off.
Balling.
Yeah, because I mean, people are going to pop off.
But everything has a time. Like,
Yeah, but when the time comes, are you still going to support each other?
Oh,
Yes,
of course. We have to.
because that's when the selfishness comes out. That's
Yeah.
when the I'm the king of the streets, type of vibe comes out.
Y'all don't know. She used to sleep on my couch. You know what I mean? I'm saying this to you kids, so when it does seep in,
yeah.
you guys are wary of it. Because I'm telling you now, D.
It's already happening. I can see it.
Can you see it?
Yeah, with some of the young, I'm not going to name names.
Of course.
But it's already happening.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's just up to you, like, personally as an individual. If you want to
That's
be
right.
that person, that's on you. But
And be careful of the circles like you latch onto now, because they might make your road harder or easier. Be very wary about the people that you keep around you now, because you guys have the ability to take it further than even your idols, because you're starting it so young. And there's such a large base of you.
Yeah,
You know what I
and there's
mean?
so much time.
There's so much
To
time.
grow, to learn, to make the mistakes and come back and fix it and take it to the top. That's why I'm so in awe about how much she's achieved, especially
Yes.
at her age. Because for me, it's like, even if you make a mistake this year, you still have time to fix it, come back, rebrand, be a new person, change your do-rag, change your hair, do something. You know what I mean? Like,
up.
there's all that opportunity for you to still be able to play around with this music thing, and and it's going to be so awesome to watch. I think that's why I'm so excited, because I just want to see the growth in it.
Yeah.
But who are some of the people that you've got on your radar that you're just like, yo, I need to make sure I work with that person?
Dang. I feel like I've worked with
Most
most
of the
people.
people.
I still need to lock in with Gemini.
That's a good name to drop.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you get a hold of him, please let us know, because no one can get a hold of him.
I've been talking to him on Instagram, but he's very hard to communicate with.
Gemini,
Yeah.
that's his thing. It disappears and pops up
Yeah.
when he wants to.
Yeah, so but we supposed to work on a track. I'm supposed to head to his stew soon.
Yeah.
Some Afrobeat stuff. Who else? Jeez, Chop. I need to lock in.
Yeah.
With Chop.
Definitely
I
a good name
need
as
to
well.
lock in with Chopper. Jeez, Hash and I actually haven't done anything yet.
Really?
We have
that would
one
be
song
nice
from,
on like that R&B
2017.
tip for the both of you. That would be
definitely.
dope. That would be so dope.
Definitely. So him as well. Flame as well.
Are you guys treated like superstars amongst your peers? I'm sure you guys are right now. Like it's that big.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
it's that big. Like
yeah. People.
I mean, it's
is like
huge.
that. Yeah, it is like that.
Got
It's
you.
like that. But I feel like everyone just needs to be humble, bro. Like we're not where we're supposed to be right now. Like we're all still growing. We're all still young. People shouldn't get, and that's what pulls people back. Like big heads, that's not gonna take you anywhere. It's just gonna hold you back. So people just need to be humble, guys.
no
Relax.
doubt.
That's so dope that you're saying it right now, and you're aware of it. Let's just hope you don't get clouded when the money comes in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
it is
that can't
coming.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah, it is
it's coming, but just gotta be humble.
Yes.
It's coming like these questions that we're gonna hit you up with right after this.
All right, so we are back with the question game here on POPradio. So, of course, I always come through with the questions, and hopefully Indigo knows her industry peers the way that she looks like she does, hopefully. She's busy looking around like, maybe not. But don't worry, these ones are really easy.
Okay.
So what I'm going to get at you is give you people's real identities, like,
Okay.
Government names.
government
Government
names. You know,
Okay.
Then you get to give us the
and
stage
you
name.
need to let us know who you think they are. But I think they're super easy. I don't know. D wasn't on the poll with this one, but let's see how you do. Who is Jabulani Tambo?
Jeez.
That was way before her time.
But I mean, it's still
that was
legendary. I think from a hip hop history perspective. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like new age people.
No.
Oh, right. Okay,
no.
okay.
Got it.
No.
Yeah,
Well, you got it. At least your
Yeah,
first guess
RIP.
was right. Imagine.
Yeah, no.
We're off to a good start here.
Nomuzi Mapena.
Oh,
Obviously, that's the sis Musli.
Ricardo Makado.
Ricky.
even a new Firstborn can guess results.
And last but not least, legendary in the making. No, not in the making. Been in the game, actually.
game?
Killing it. Siyabonga Ngwekazi.
Whoa.
Yo, hold on.
Yeah, good one. Good one. Good one.
Wait,
I'm ready for the
okay,
you
wait,
suck
I need
after this.
I need a clue. Is he still rapping now?
He's not rapping. That's
Oh.
the thing. He doesn't rap.
Slicker.
No. Slicker used to rap. He don't rap no more,
5,
though.
4. He's not a rapper.
Scoop.
You shot! You got it!
I do this.
Oh, sorry, I said you suck. Let's
couldn't
actually
be
give you a
Scoop,
horn.
though.
But you struggled.
No, I knew the scoop, but I'm like, no, but wait.
Well done.
Why would you say that?
Well
Shut
done.
up. Shut
Well
up.
done. I mean, I don't know if any new age person in their age group would know it like you did.
Yeah,
Shout outs to
yeah.
you, man.
crazy.
Hip hop history in the making. All right, so you've also got a couple of questions for
Come on,
us.
we got this.
Oh, right.
Okay.
It's a club. It's a club, man. It got shut down.
Shut
Taboo.
down. No.
Sumo.
Yeah. I think it got shut down. I heard
It
it.
did.
Okay, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Mic check.
Oh wait. Bongo Zaga.
Rouge.
Oh wait.
Got you.
Are you ready, kids? That DJ. Come on.
Damn.
Are you ready, kids? He got the mustache.
With the mustache.
Malume.
Oh,
Help us out here.
You
suck.
Who
No,
is it?
man.
That's Uncle Party time.
Yo. With the
Party
mustache.
I got you right. You're right. He does have the mustache.
And she said Malu, man. We still
said
missed
Malu.
it.
Missed it. I was
I
actually
won't
going
lie.
for Cool Cat.
I was going for Cool Cat's DJ, the tall guy.
Or Slice Federico.
Yes, who slice.
Sorry, Uncle Party Time. We promise you will make it up to you by inviting you on the chair one day.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for joining us,
you
Indigo.
guys
We
for having
appreciate
me.
your time.
Appreciate you, man.
We
had fun,
appreciate
man.
your energy. We really are watching out for you. We're loving the music. We're loving the moves. We're out there on the streets, on the
streets,
Explorer
on the
page.
East streets.
There we go.
We're watching you, and we're definitely rooting for you. And I hope
Thank you.
the music is gonna sound really dope, because now that Cape Town mixtape is on our radar now.
That's crazy.
You know, so
Shout
we're
out
gonna
to
be
Dizzy
watching.
Monks, Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Yeah.
Kazi, I'll give you the honors to let us go nicely. Let us go nice. Let them know what time it is right now.
Beautiful interview with Indigo Stella. She's so smart. And you can see that she's working so hard to put herself on the map, and she's definitely going to be going places. So I think we definitely need to keep our eyes and ears on her.
Straight up.
Because the music is fire.
Yeah.
You know, and of course the streams are going to be picking up as well. So shout outs to Indigo Stella.
Good head on her shoulders for sure.
100%. But with that, we are going to love and leave you. We'll be back again next week with an awesome episode of POPcast. So make sure that you tune in and you join us next week, Tuesday. And of course, Scoopy.
game over.